The first step in every project is to create a model representing the existing conditions. Usually, these models are created from a collection of survey points. This chapter will take a first look at civil 3D point objects. As you can see, 3D is launched and I have a file sitting in empty default drawing. We saw earlier that this drawing is based on the stock Imperial template. To create a point, I am going to come to Create Ground Data panel, and I will open the point menu immediately. We can see that there are many ways to create points in Civil 3D. For now, I'm going to be choosing Point Building Tool at the top of the menu. This brings you the point making toolbar, where you find even more ways to make points. In fact, the icons tool that we see in the bar has many of the same features that we have seen in that flyout menu. Using the tool hit, we can create manual and automatic points based on different objects. We can create points on measured intersections. We can create points relative to alignment and surface. We can create projected points, and we can create points relative to slope or grade measurements. At the moment, I just want to create a simple original point. I will do so using the By and Miscellaneous manual options of the toolbar. Then I will click to point on the screen, and then I will give it a description. We will say this is a ground shot, so I will type GR and press enter, or there will be the representative of the court that was typed in the field when the shot was taken. For the point height, I will type 300, press enter, and then escape to exit the command. Now zoom on point shot. When you insert points in Civil 3D for the first time, you probably want to see the description or elevation of the point. Actually, we don't do that. This is because when inserting points, unless stated otherwise, their display values are controlled by the point group they belong to, and by default, these labels are off. Let's see, I'm planning to go to the Prospector tab. This data is stored in the drawing. Just a little review here is the points category. We can see that this category has data when I click on the point title. Then we can see the new points in the preview area. I am going to expand the point group category. As soon as we add the point to the file, Civil 3D generates the All Points group. If I select it, you can see that the point and horn is a member of this group. I will right-click on the All Points group and select Properties. And here on the Information tab below, we can see the object style and label style assigned to this point. Currently, the label style is off. I am going to open the menu, and I will select point number, elevation, and description, and I will click OK, which looks better. Let me jump out. Now we can see the data associated with that point. I am going to create another point one more time. I will come and click Miscellaneous Manual. I will click to select the location on the screen and state this point represents an existing catch basin. For details, I will type CB and press enter. For elevation, I will type Listen 19.5, press enter, and then press escape to exit the command. Notice, this point looks identical because both belong to the same group, sharing the same hit and label style. Usually for a catch basin, we'd prefer symbols that reflect this. Let me show you the change. I will do this by selecting the point and accessing the Properties palette. My interface is anchored. If yours isn't displayed, press Ctrl V to bring it up. Here in the palette, we will find the object style and label style associated with this point. Both are currently set to default. This means that it is taking its qualities from the group. I am going to open the style property, and I will select Catch Basin, and then I will press escape to deselect the point that looks better. I'm going to go over these and will make another point. This point represents a property corner. For details, I will type FIP, found iron pipe. For the height, I will just type 275, and I will press escape. Let us change the performance properties of this point. I will select the point object. I will go to the GOND pilot, and then for the object style, I will select iron pin. Let's change the label style also. I will open the label style settings, and I will say you are no longer going to take the property assigned to the group. Instead, you are going to use the north and east label style, and when finished, we will press escape. When we insert such points, can think what would happen if there were 50 iron pipes, or do we have to format all these points manually? Fortunately, the answer is no. Appropriate markers and label points can be automatically assigned from the description capital feature. We will take a look at detail capital in the next lesson.